Ogemaw County is filled with rich history of lumber barons, ghost towns, Native Americans, white settlers, and beautiful architecture. The Ogemaw County Historical Society offers 4 separate themed driving tours, and we would sample a little of each on today's show. Our first stop is the Ogemaw County Museum, where we would meet our guide, one of the museum's historians. Listen, we're trying to find out some information about the history of this county. I know that it's kind of unique in a way, so we thought we'd come down here to the museum, and we hear you have some auto tours.
Yes, and we have 4 books out right now of different historical. Some are architecture and some history about a person or a place in Ogemaw County. Each book has 15 to 20 locations.
Okay, so it kind of breaks it down for you. So if you do come into the county, you come over here and you can take one of these tours. Now, you're actually going to take us out today?
Yes, I'll show you about 4 to 5 areas.
Okay.
Different locations. So.
We started our historic tour of downtown West Branch with our first stop being a sculpture of a Native American by a local nationally known artist. Right now we're standing in front of a carving. That's a beautiful carving that's here. It's Chief Ogemaw?
Yes.
And who did this carving?
My great-aunt Millie the Chiseler. Millie the Chiseler.
Really?
Yes. She is from Ogemaw County, and she's famous from all around the world. She does totem poles, carvings like this, and at the museum we have a couple of her little knickknacks, you could say.
Okay. Now, well, tell us a little bit about this particular tour. What all does it cover?
Footpaths, the first people in Ogemaw County, the famous people in Ogemaw County.
Okay. Now, spread out across the county, now how are people going to know how to get to where they're going?
We have GPS directions in the books.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they can follow that.
And addresses.
This here one is we're in a nice building right in the middle of town.
Yes.
Which is what building?
This is the courthouse.
The Architectural Jewels Tour starts in West Branch and goes all the way to Rose City. Now, this tour that we're on right now is part of the Architectural Tour, which is called an Architectural Tour, and the building we're in is a bank.
Yes.
Now, how long has this been here?
It was built in 1899.
Wow, so it's been around for a long time. I noticed outside that it's beautiful the way that it's designed. And we're standing now even in front of the old safe that was still here. So tell me more about the architectural tour, what people see.
You'll see the original buildings in town, something mostly Victorian style, and some homes in town. And this building that we're in right now is one of 64 stone buildings just in West Branch. And there's hundreds in Ogemaw County.
Now, these date back then into the 1800s, many of them?
Between 1800s and 1900s.
The Barons, Bosses, and Scoundrels tour took us to a resort that's still open today, but had a shady past. You've got us out now where we're on another tour. Now, what tour is this one?
Barons, Bosses, and Scoundrels.
Okay, that's kind of an odd name, and we're here at a resort to boot. What was it all about?
Well, this is Kenyon's. It was owned and built by Charles Kenyon, and the Purple Gang came up here and rented cabins when it got too hot in Detroit. Okay,
that was back, in the 1920s and 30s, in and around that range then, when all those gangs and the Prohibition times, and they were moving the liquor in and out, so they come up here, and this is kind of a safe house, more or less, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
This is kind of their little safe house. This and the Graceland Ballroom was their safe house.
Okay, and that was another place that is nearby here?
Yes, and that is also in the book.
Okay.
Number 2.
Okay. In order to find these, if you need help find them, you mentioned that there are GPS coordinates?
Yes, there are GPS coordinates in all books on all sites.
Okay.
What's also really nice about the GPS and the information about the books, we also have posts. And each post has a certain color on it, which coordinates with each driving tour book.
You can learn more about these tours from the Ogemaw Trail booklets from the Ogemaw County Museum. For more information, contact the West Branch Visitors Bureau.